Well, hello, friends. Welcome back to another Truth for Today. I'm Pastor Mike, coming to you from the Lighthouse Baptist Church here in Seagrove, and we hope today's devotion finds you doing very, very well. We are taking our reading today out of the book of Proverbs, chapter 16 and verse 20, and I want you to listen very intently to what the Word says to us today. It says, "He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he." Now think about the complexity of that proverb. I believe with all my heart, because of what it's talking about. It's talking about handling a matter. It's talking about how you and I handle the situations of life. And it says that if we handle a situation wisely, we'll find good. Good will come out of it. It doesn't always mean it'll turn out the way we want it to, but I'll tell you what kind of good it may be referencing here would be the good of us having a clear, clean conscience because of how we did handle a particular situation. Well, let me give you something to think about. He says, "He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he." The complexity of the proverb most likely is this. There's going to be situations that arise in our lives that we have to deal with. In all those situations, what God's Word says we ought to do and what our flesh would like to do sometimes are polar opposites. But he's telling us this, that whoso trusts the Lord enough to do what God has told us to do in an adverse situation, mind you, that individual will find good because he handled it wisely. Can I be honest with you? There are a lot of times, have been several times in my Christian life, where something happened, a situation arose, a matter, as the Bible calls it, that I had to handle. And what God wanted me to do, told me to do, asked me to do, was totally different than what I wanted to do. Now, I cannot say that I've always done what I was supposed to do. Sometimes I've done the opposite because I thought this will bring me immediate satisfaction. And so I did it. The only thing I didn't understand was that satisfaction lasted just a minute. And then I had the guilt of handling it wrong and disobeying the Lord. Been a bunch of other times where a matter arose, I knew what God said, and I followed it. And later on, I lived long enough to see the situation work out to where I personally could see the good in what transpired from God's wisdom. So here is the final verdict for you and I. When life happens, when matters arise, we got to ask and answer a question real quick. Am I going to do this God's way, or am I going to do it my way? And friend, here's what the Bible tells us, and here's what we can hang our hat on. Doing it God's way will ultimately bring good to us and leave us with an amount of happiness or joy later on because we did it in a way that pleased and honored the Lord. May this particular devotion be something that guides us in days to come. As those matters arrive, may we do them God's way and live to enjoy the happiness and the good that comes out of them, because God's way is always the right way. We hope today's devotion will encourage you, lift your spirits, and may the Lord richly bless you today is our prayer.